Hello, I'm Nicholas Messina, and I'm a student at Florida Gulf Coast University and a member of the Exercise Science program. And for the last 14 weeks, I've been an intern at SharkBite Fitness and Nutrition in Cape Coral. And I could say it was a very, very positive experience. I've learned so much over that time and enjoyed every second of it, from the patient and supportive staff to the diverse and cooperative clientele. This was unlike any strength and conditioning studio that I'd ever been a part of. One big thing that jumps out at you that you don't see at other big box gyms or any other strength and conditioning studios is they have a recovery wing with what is essentially their on-site PT, Josh, and a dietetics and nutrition wing with their registered dietitian, Rita, who helps from afar. She's not on site. And that's just something that you don't see offered very much in other gyms, which I thought was very interesting, and I got to learn more about it. So before getting into a day in the life at SharkBite, I have to clarify what's offered with regards to their exercise modalities and services. So as I mentioned before, they have recovery sessions with Josh. They have online diet nutrition advice with Rita. And then there's 4 core classes: the Metcon class, the Flex class, the HIIT class, and the private strength training classes. So the Flex class is 45 minutes long, as are the private strengthening and conditioning classes. The Metcon class is 1 hour long, and the HIIT class is 30 minutes long. So it's broken into 2 things: the morning shift and the afternoon shift. The morning shift is from 5 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. depending, and it consists of 4 classes: a Metcon class, a private strength training, another Metcon class, and another private strength training. So the Metcon class is the hour-long class, which usually is broken into 2-part exercises, sometimes 3, mixing strength with more endurance. And I would say that's the most interesting modality offered because you're getting a little bit of everything. Definitely has a CrossFit feel to it, which the longer I've been at this gym, the more I've opened up to that modality of exercise, and honestly see how CrossFit has gotten a bad rap. And I feel as though it should be represented more in the ACSM and NSCA textbooks and in the exercise science program. So I come in, I would run the warm-ups for the Metcon classes, and for the private strength training classes, those I would run in their entirety the later we got in the program. Valerie helped me very much. Any questions I had, she was able to assist as best she could, and I think it went very well. And then there's the afternoon shift, which would go from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. And so from 2 to 4 p.m., that was just cleaning responsibilities. But from 4 p.m. on, it was similar to the morning shift with regards to 4 classes, which was Metcon, private strength training, Metcon, and then HIIT. We'd wrap up with HIIT at the end of the day. The HIIT classes, unlike the Metcon classes, very short, very fast, focusing more on the anaerobic capacity of movement, keeping things explosive, and also simple. Metcon, since you have more time, it could be more complicating movements that require more explanation. HIIT was usually just 3 to 4 basic movements, but done very fast and at a high intensity. And after that, just closing procedures, cleaning the bathroom, taking out the garbage. But other than that, I also got to work with Josh, who is their recovery coach. And I even got to write up exercises for one of his patients and write a client profile on him. His name was Danny. And from him, I was given the ability to do a lot of research on the ailments that were holding him back and impairing him that Josh was helping him through. So Josh assigned me to learn as much as I possibly could about multiple sclerosis, which is an autoimmune disorder. And I got to learn a lot about that. And just to have Josh trust me enough to write up an exercise prescription for someone like that, it really spoke volumes. And the entirety of the staff were fantastic, patient with me and helped me in every way. Rachel, Nick Habich, the owner, Valerie, who's my preceptor, Josh, Rita, who I unfortunately never got to meet but heard a lot of great things about. And I was also joined later in the experience, probably at about the 9 to 10 week mark. I was joined by 3 other interns, and they were all fantastic, getting to initially early on kind of teach them the ropes and tell them about the modalities, but eventually, they caught up with me relatively quick. Very, very intelligent bunch of people. And it was fantastic. The learning experience was great, and staying motivated is something I thought would be difficult coming into this site due to the fact it's not super specific to my MOS that I'll be going into for my career. But there's still so much to learn. client-on-client interaction, what modalities work with everyone else, and honestly, just the ability to react to surprising circumstances, which there were many of. And I did learn very, very much. And whether it was just picking Nick's brain in our interview or talking with Josh about the physiological ramifications of exercise and where he gets his data and how he does his research, was all a very, very positive experience. So here are some clips of me running Metcon classes, HIIT classes, flex classes, private strength training classes. And just to wrap up with a few good memories here, that picture was taken after my last private strength and conditioning class. This one was taken after my last recovery class with Danny, Josh's patient. And this one was taken after my first class that I ran on my own, my flex class. All in all, this was a fantastic experience. Nick Habich owns and operates an incredible, unique gym. And on top of being a good owner, he's an amazing coach. Valerie was the perfect preceptor. I couldn't have asked for a better one. Someone to be so patient with someone as nerve-wracking as me. And the rest of the employees were fantastic. Rachel and all the interns I've got to meet, and Josh. And the clients were the best. Working with general population was very, very interesting. It was the first time, and I would do it 100 times over. Thank you very much.